Hi everyone, I am so excited that it is time to start decorating for fall. This is going to be the first of a few different autumn decorating videos. I'm thrilled that you could join me today. I'm going to be starting with a pair of brand new trees that I bought just this year. These are going to be added to my collection of the Carolina pine pieces that I've purchased over the years from National Tree. I am not sponsored by them. No one is paying me to buy these trees. Trust me. I just absolutely love them. When I had a Christmas budget of approximately $0, I remember just biting my nails and spending at that time, exorbitant amount of money of, I think, $200 on one of the big trees, which you'll see in a little while. And it was one of the best purchases that I have made because it has lasted so long. These trees are just beautiful, even with just the lights on. They come with pine cones on them, and they come with these truly warm lights. It can be such a struggle to find trees that have warm lights. As you know, the clear is always, even if it says warm, it's this weird, bright, like LED looking color. And I'm not a fan. I'm very picky about how they look. So I thought two slim trees would be absolutely gorgeous, either on either side of the hutch like this. And I'm even thinking at Christmas time, you guys, I might put them in my front windows, my floor to ceiling windows. Wouldn't twin trees in those front windows just look amazing? So excited about the possibilities with these. Now, this is going to be Ella's first experience with Christmas trees. She is 3 months old. Can you believe it? So getting these up really early is a great opportunity for her to kind of mess with them a little bit and get used to them before anything expensive is on them that she might break. Now, these trees did not come with these urns. I actually made these, and in the next video, I'm going to show you how. My husband helped me with these, and they turned out absolutely incredible for such a great price. Here's little girl. Now, here on the table, I have my ingredients for these trees. All of this stuff I actually purchased last year. I was really setting out to be kind of frugal in my decorating this year. I generally tend to lean that way, but I've really been having that on my mind this year, and I'm going to try to use mostly what I already own when I'm decorating, except for adding a little bit here and there. And I decided to go back to my decorating roots and use these DIY gilded leaf picks. And I decided to try oak leaves this year. I've never done them with oak leaves. These are obviously fresh leaves, so they're going to be flexible right now while I'm decorating with them. And they're going to dry and curl and get this beautiful volume and fullness as they dry in the tree. Again, when I had absolutely no Christmas decorating budget and all I could afford was a can of spray paint, this is back when I was in nursing school, my husband was a baby cop, we had no extra play money. This is what I did. I just spray painted some leaves and stuck them in my tree, and you know what? They looked beautiful. And that's why I continue to use them to this day. Not only are they nostalgic, but I think they look great. So here are how the trees look with just the leaves in them. Again, aren't these trees beautiful? They're just such good quality. The pine cones come wired into the trees, and they have multiple different types of green in them. They have this beautiful variegated look. Really great tree for the money. And I inserted a photo here so you can see what the leaves look like as they start to dry. You can see they start to curl and they start to turn brown and crunch up, and they look just fantastic. Please ignore all the stuff on the table, obviously decorating paraphernalia. Next up are these acorn picks. I used these in my fall tree last year, and they are one of the best things I think I've ever purchased decorating wise. They're just gorgeous. I'm not being extra picky about where I put these. I'm just using them to fill in some empty spots on the tree and kind of bending them to make them a little bit fuller and sliding them in. And then after that, I'm going to use this fall seed berry garland. Again, I did purchase this last year, but I've seen both of these things in store currently in 2024. So it's nice when they bring those things back and you can add a little bit more to your collection, which I think I'm going to do because I'm probably going to use this same look on another area in the house. I started unrolling the seed garland, and do you remember, this is Kian, do you remember last year when I had the pearls on the Christmas tree and he kept trying to drag them off? He was trying to do the same thing with them with the seed berry garland this year. Now here's where I started to get a little worried about Ella because she was getting very interested in this seed garland, but I just let her kind of check it out, and really after this she didn't bother at all. So touch wood, she's not going to be too bad with trees, which is great, because I of course would take a pause if I had to with a kitten underfoot, but it's nice to not have to. Look at her little walking stretch. She wants to mark us by scratching our legs, so that's something we're having to work on, is her understanding that that's not something she can do. She's very smart, but they have to do something and then be corrected to learn that that's something they can't do. So that can be a little tricky with kittens. And Bub here, Kian, is just totally tolerating her nonsense. She has 5 big brothers and they just love her. Okay, so here's the tree with the leaves, the acorn picks, and the seeded garland. And Kian just needed a little attention here. You guys, they were all over me while I was decorating. These are just a few little glimpses of them keeping me company. Through the course of filming this, I ended up putting on warmer clothes because it started thunderstorming, so that's why I have a heavy sweater on now and slippers. Using the fabric ribbon, I just made a simple overhanded bow, and then I held it up to where I thought I might put it to check the length, trimmed it off, sealed the ends with a lighter so they don't fray, and then just gently twisted the ribbon away from the center, kind of like when you're curling your hair and you like to curl your hair away from your face to give it more volume. The same principle applies when you're curling ribbons. Meanwhile, little Missy had gotten up on the table and was mucking about with the other decorating elements, so I had to get her down, trying to keep the kitten off the table. Oof, it's tough. And the last thing I'm going to use in these trees are these little velvet pumpkin picks. I don't know if you remember in the shopping video at Hobby Lobby, I mentioned that I had used these last year and was happy to see them in store again. They have a beautiful textured sheen to them, and they just add that extra luxe, elegant touch. I just love this natural, glam, elegant autumn decor look. It's my absolute favorite. I just think it really came together fabulously in these trees. I couldn't be happier. And the fact that I didn't buy anything new to make this happen is just amazing. It's such a fun challenge to reuse the items that you already have, that you've already paid for. I just don't think it's necessary to buy new stuff every year. I mean, tell me what you think in the comments, but don't you feel sometimes, especially with decorating channels, it can feel like people buy all brand new stuff. It's a totally new look, and I just don't think that's necessary. I mean, I'd like to think that even if I had an endless budget, if I was a zillionaire and could buy whatever I wanted, I would still try to reuse things and try to be imaginative and creative and come up with different ways to make things look interesting and, have totally different looks with some of the same items. Of course, again, adding some new things in, like these trees are brand new, but they're long-lasting pieces, and I can just sort of add different elements here and there to tip my look one way or the other. A different colored ribbon. Imagine if those bows were blue instead of orange, or if they were like a beautiful soft yellow velvet. So many different things you could do to tip it a little differently while still having the same foundational elements. Whew, I feel like I've been talking a lot in this video. I hope you enjoyed this. I am just thrilled to be decorating for autumn. I know for some of you it might feel a little early, but I want to make sure I'm getting ideas out to you with plenty of time for you to think about ways to use these kind of elements in your own decor. And I hope that this inspired you. I hope that you enjoyed this. Let me know down below what you think, and I will see you in the upcoming videos. Hang in there for that video on how to make the tree urns. They're so easy and inexpensive. I think you're gonna love it, and I will see you in the next video.
First time I ever saw you, I fell in love when you entered the room. And when the light hit your face, we were just kids, but I knew right away that I will be with you until I stop breathing. I will keep loving you as long as my heart's beating. Oh, hold me close, promise you won't let go. down.